Okay, first of all, there's no way in hell you're about to convince me or try to tell me or try to rewind history like Claudia hated all her time with Louis and Lestat. I feel like AMC single-handedly in episode 6 of The Vampire Lestat tried to just rearrange our thoughts or just try to BS us and gaslight us into thinking that Claudia hated all her time with Louis and Lestat. And where is Gabriella? And where is Armand and Daniel? Oh, Daniel's in the hallelujah. Hallelujah. Daniel's conducting interviews with Armand and Delight. Didn't he just say in the other episode he was going to teach him how to walk in her light? But anyway, you're not going to sit here and try to tell me that Claudia hates Louis. No, ma'am. No, sir. So I have one question for you. Did episode 6 strategically change who Claudia was from Interview with the Vampire season 1, season 2 to The Vampire Lestat? It seems that everyone believes that Claudia is like this new person that we never knew. Okay, so episode 6 literally made me think like, okay, I'm not going to catch up with all the books by the time this season ends, because this, not only did it change my thought process about who Claudia is, they didn't rewrite who Claudia is. They're just like dismantling every thought that Louis in the book, made us believe about Claudia. And this is what gagged me. What gagged me, okay? What gagged me was finally hearing Claudia's words for her own, like when they went to go to the witch or whatever y'all would consider this character, medium or whatnot, and we finally got to see, Claudia without Louis's lens. Like, we cried with Louis, we felt, grief with Louis, like that was his daughter, you get what I'm saying? And Lestat, Louis, and Claudia, they were our big happy family for at least season 1 and season 2, and then we come in and Claudia starts tearing into Louis and starts tearing into Lestat about things that she hated, and specifically about, and when Louis brought up the situation about, I went back and killed Bruce for you, and she was like, you went and did what? I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't even ask you to be my maker. You just did that on your own. All of this is just your interpretation of you not being able to let go of control in your life. And that was her speaking to Louis. And she actually started talking about how she, prefers Lestat, because Lestat was actually a person that believed in what he believed in, and she liked people who believe in what they believe in and can stand on it. And the reason why she manipulated Louis, throughout this whole situation was because Louis was weak. He was easy to manipulate, and then she said she wanted to kill Louis instead of Lestat, but she had to turn it around. Y'all not finna do this to me. You're not finna do this to me. And it's making me so hard to believe that this is actually Claudia's thoughts, Claudia's feelings, and I can't understand or wrap my head around that this was Louis' perspective of who Claudia was. The journals, the text, the in-person, and then all those years he felt like she was gone. He grieved her for that long. It just makes me really think, like, who is Claudia? Who was Claudia before, Louis changed her? And what was she really like, once she got the dark gift? If this was never truly who she was. Okay, so I finally realized that Merrick is like the interpreter or the person that brings the spirits first to call the spirits back. She was the person that called Claudia. And basically, I thank her because now we really get to see what Claudia was like or what her thoughts really were while she was dealing with Louis and Lestat during her living. Her dead living. And so this scene kind of made me sad. And, I don't know how I felt in between this, because I still can't fully accept that Lestat be sleeping with his mama. You know what I'm saying? And then for the longest in this season, I couldn't tell the difference between who Sophia was and who Gabriella was. And then they kind of switched so fast that Gabriella ended up being Lestat's manager throughout this whole season while he's recording his album and the failures. So when Louis finally confronts Lestat about this whole situation, like, who is Sophia to you? And Lestat's like providing all these excuses and all this kind of stuff. But then what kind of threw me off too at the same time is because while they was talking, he said, you was only been sleeping with her while, Louis said to Lestat, like, you only been sleeping with her, while y'all became vampires. And he kind of paused and he didn't answer that question before then, because it was another scene in season 1 of The Vampire Lestat where after he came back from catching all the wolves or whatever, and he's supposed to be real harmed and injured, and she was rubbing all on him while he was real injured and stuff. I could have sworn she groped him, right? When she finally told him that she was sick, and then she got up and walked away, she was like, I can't get the word out. Caressing. She was caressing him, right? Inappropriately. And I guess that kind of led to advances eventually. And I feel like it was all a part of manipulation too, for him to make more vampires or try to, get into this great conversion conversation. And so I kind of understood where Louis was coming from, because he was like, even if I turn my mama into a vampire, I would not be trying to boom, 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 my mama. And I feel the same way too. Ain't no way in hell, vampire or not, I'm not finna boom, 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 anybody that's like close family relations, period. Like, that's so weird. But Lestat reminds Louis that in that undead life, like, all rules are like everything that mortals really go by, vampires don't abide by, because you're literally not mortal, you're not human anymore. So everything that you think you're supposed to abide by while you're human doesn't apply to vampires. So Lestat ended up having like a panic attack in the middle of the street, because he like, damn, everything's gonna be ripped from me again, and I've been trying to hide the secret from you for the longest. And Gabrielle, because Louis was like, why is this picture of your mama above our bed, and why you got this? It was just a whole lot, y'all. And this brings me to one of the most interesting points, and why Daniel Malloy is one of my favorite characters in this whole series, or the books just in general for right now, as far as I've been. But Daniel ain't never let Claudia, like, the emotions that Daniel was reading out the book, and when Louis was telling the stories about Claudia, even down to her, assault moment with Bruce, like, Daniel was asking Louis questions, and he was like, this can't be right. Like, something don't sound right. Like, it sounds like you're romanticizing your relationship with Claudia. And Louis would get upset, or he would get like almost want to buck on Daniel anytime he said anything about Claudia, because Claudia is such a soft spot for Louis. And Daniel was like, I don't think she really likes you. And Daniel kind of clocked it early, and we were all, well, I don't know about y'all, but me as an audience member, I was kind of be like, Daniel, you gotta be an asshole. And I think Claudia really does enjoy, Louis' company. But Daniel was right all along. Claudia couldn't stand Louis' guts. Like, Daniel's always on time. Like, everyone seemed to be right about Claudia except Louis. Louis only wanted to see Claudia one way. Lestat told Louis from the beginning that Claudia hated him. Louis didn't listen. Armand went and told Armand told Louis that Claudia did not give a fuck and she didn't really want to be around. Then Daniel turned around and read the book, these journal pages that he had left for Claudia, and through his interpretation, Claudia did not fuck with you, Louis. And it just is what it is. Now it seems I have more questions than answers. Like, where's Armand in all of this? What is Daniel's new perspective? And he's in the sunlight? Where's Gabriella? Where's Akasha? Has Claudia really told the truth, or is she just trying to, well, I don't know, because she got limited sources, right? So it ain't like she can keep inhabiting these people, different bodies or whatever. I feel like after she done said this piece of whatever it is, I just have to accept that Claudia really didn't fuck with Louis Lestat. I just have to accept it. I can't accept it, but I'm trying to accept it. I have to accept it. Episode 6 did not only change the perspective of this show, but it actually changed our whole thought process on all the relationships in this show between Louis Lestat and Gabriella, Armand and Daniel, Lestat and Lestat and Armand, Louis versus everybody. Okay, Gabriella versus Armand and Louis. Well, I feel like Gabriella is a versus Louis right now. But yeah, it just made us really think, do we really know everything that we think we know at this moment? So let me know, did episode 6 change your perspective on a lot of things going on? Did it change how you see Claudia? Did it change how you see Louis? Did the relationship between Louis and Lestat change to you after Louis found out that Lestat is sleeping with his mother? Let me know in the comments below. Man, I still can't accept this new version of Claudia. I can't do it. I don't know, y'all. If you like this review, make sure you go outside this video, you hit that notification bell first. Then you hit that subscribe button. But hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time that I post a video, okay? Make sure to like this video. Make sure to hype this video. Make sure to leave a purple heart in the comments, because over here we show love. If nobody told you all year, all month, all week, all day, I love you. And this is bye for now. I will see you in the next video. Remember, I release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That could be a reaction. That could be a dance video. That can be a TV show, HBO special review. Whatever's out here hot in the streets, I'm covering it. All right, bye for now.